PLL.
I have found a hidden gem and lock of the summer.
The PLL.
The hell is that?
The Premier Lacrosse League.
I came in with my ex like Selena, the flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left, she know what she need, or she blessed, giving my best, yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back, what's with that, 21, I love him, they're my brother, that's my stack, Metro made the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap, yeah, it's gon' slap, time, run it back, talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves, she think that I need her, kick her to the curb, all I know is you could've had the world, yeah, you were my world.
Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my check, like Selena, baby, on my cheating, baby, yeah. She thinking a Lambo for a drive, it's on the fancy door, and she way out the store. I got my heart on my sleeve with the city on my back.
But every time I watch that intro, like I feel like I could play in the PLL. Like I don't know why. It gets me that hype that I'm kind of like, yo, I feel like I could probably do this. Wow. Our boy Jack's already in there just just bumping. This is absurd. He's that jacked up. This is what happens on this stream, by the way, Rossi. I'm Dan Alexander at Newbie Talks. You can follow me across socials. Jack's down there just bumping out chest day with nothing on the bar for what it's worth. It's like SpongeBob when he like puts the stuffed animals on either side of him. But Brenny's not even here. But we got Rossi holding things down with us, Lauren Rossi, and man, I'm welcoming you to the stream first because Jack just bumped out chest day on us. Like, this is what you can come to expect from Net Profits. How's it going?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jack, that's pretty typical.
That was
Chill, Rossi.
That was pretty tough. But you could have at least thrown like some 25s on that bad boy. Like,
I did not
just all
come
bar.
prepared. I didn't come prepared, and it went rapid fire on me. I may or may not have stumbled as I grabbed the so-called 45-pound bar. Life's good though. Continue.
Dear God. I mean, life's good, and the chest is looking great, man. You just bumped out some great reps there for the folks. But that's what the intro makes you do. Like genuinely, like I said, like I feel like I could play in the PLL. I know that I can't. My 4 years of high school lacrosse did not prepare me to go toe-to-toe with these guys, but that's what happens when you're here on Net Profits, where we're gonna try and make you some money, but also you genuinely never know what the hell is gonna happen on this stream. Hop in the comments, let us know where you're watching from. But dear God, we have some stuff to get into following what happened last week, and we'll do a little recap. We'll do a little look ahead, and also we got to talk about Jack's cannons. Well, we'll talk about that in just a little bit here because first thing I want to know is, Rossi, this is your first time with us on the stream, but also it's really your first time this entire season watching the PLL and really watching lacrosse as a whole. I saw the one interview that you did and you were like trying to explain to this dude what Premier Lacrosse even is. And you were like, honestly, I don't know, but I'm hyped for it. So we're hyped to have you here. What have you thought, since you started diving into the lacrosse world?
Yeah, glad to be here. So, like you said, I haven't watched the PLL, really haven't even watched lacrosse growing up. I think my brother played, but it was maybe like I would go to his practices and have absolutely no idea what was going on. But I've really liked it so far. I think a main reason I like it so much is I think lacrosse is very violent. And you know what they say, like American football is so popular because it's so violent. Same goes with lacrosse. This is such a typical cliche answer, but the jerseys, why are they so fire? Like, Jack, I don't know if you agree with this, but I have not seen a PLL team whose jerseys fire. My personal fave is the Atlas. Their jerseys are like French kisses.
All right. I don't want to. All right, Rossi, the first thing that you're going to come in here and talk about Atlas, I don't want to hear none of that Atlas talk. Nobody's an Atlas fan. If you like Atlas, you might as well call yourself the biggest bandwagon in the world. And you're not a loyal fan. You're not a loyal trooper. I'm with the Cannons. I'm out in the trenches every week, bro. This is survive in advance. Get me to 3.5 wins.
Yeah, well, you see, I just genuinely picked that because of the jersey. Still learning lacrosse.
Are you saying that what I'm wearing right now is like a nice shirt? because
fair?
technically it's a little in co-lines with the Atlas.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
If it resembles Atlas at all, then I'm all for it.
I respect that. I mean, she does ride or die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as you said, you might be bandwagoning, but like who cares? Like if it's your first time, you might as well hop in with the team that like is the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing. Because then at least all your
I didn't even know they were the favorite to win the whole thing. So this is
That's
news
cap.
to me.
That's cap.
I don't know lacrosse. I genuinely don't know it. I picked it because of the jerseys. I didn't even know they were good. I would watch the game where they got blown out. Or not blown out, but like it was against the Redwoods and they
well, they were 2.5-point favorites in that game, and then they sold the bag. They lost outright. So the fact I feel like Jack, we can't really call it a bandwagoner when the first game she saw they sold the bag against the Redwoods, and then she was just like, their jerseys are still kind of fire though.
Yeah, that's
I you know what I think as a new fan of the PLL, how am I going to relate this? I just think the Atlas are like kind of that team. They're the popular team. They're the Golden State Warriors of the NBA. They're the Steph Currys of the NBA, right?
But half of it is because those jerseys do go hard. Like honestly, like if you're just looking, like you're not going to end up. We talked about this last week, Jack. Like you're not going to look at the jersey and be like, I'm a Whip Snakes fan. I'm going with the bowling lacrosse club. You know what I mean? So like, if that's the reasoning behind it, you can at least understand it. You know what I mean? At least she wasn't like, let me go with the Atlas or let me go with the Archers. They had the highlighter. Like the orange hurts my head a little bit with the Archers. So if we're talking jerseys and the best drip, I mean Atlas really does take the cake for that. Though I think Redwoods are a little slept on with the little lime green like tinge on the arms. I think they're a little slept on. That doesn't do it for you.
No,
that's not it.
Not a big lime green fan. No.
Nobody is. I feel like I'm fighting the battle for lime green everywhere.
I can't even lie. Green's the worst color of all time.
Fuck.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean,
except on Jason Tatum.
Oh shit! Did I just say that, bro? Dude.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Clip that.
Yeah, you know
nobody clip that.
The green is the worst.
Nowhere.
The Celtics are the worst. That's really what you were trying to say. Is
bro,
the Celtics have mid jerseys. I agree.
I'm supposed to bleed green out here, and I'm saying green's the worst color.
Oh, I feel the same way though. Like I'm an Eagles fan, and people are
Go
like,
Birds.
You need to like their jerseys. I really don't like their jerseys that much, and every green jersey has a history of just not being good. The Bucks are nice, kind of. That dark green.
I mean, I can't believe that you. Wait, so you're an Eagles fan and you're not vibing with green, even like the throwback Kelly greens, like those are pretty.
Well,
that's
the thing. It's like those just got released, and I saw a picture of it yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know if I like that green. Like, it's not.
Bro, you're wearing green.
This is like a barely green. This is like gray almost.
Bro, that's green.
We're gonna invade.
And Jack.
Let's go Birds. Let's go Birds. Let's go Birds.
Oh no, shut this shit off.
It's beautiful. Inject it into your veins. Inject it into your veins, baby. But yeah, that's pretty wild. I guess I'm fighting for the Redwood just because I have their coach to win Coach of the Year. It was like plus 650. I have Redwoods to win it all at plus 650. I hammered both of those this last week. So I'll be the lone green stan, and I'll let all your Celtics fans know, Jack, to hop in your Twitter mentions and drag you. Hop in below every video and be like, this dude actually hates the Celtics. So you did this to yourself. I did. I really. Oh shit! All right, so what we got to get into here today, but honestly, before we talk PLL, I don't know, Rossi, if you still have any of those pictures of Jack on your phone. Before we were hopping on the show here, I was just talking about like whenever you like Google yourself. I don't know if anybody else does this, but you never know what's gonna pop up. And we were just like bullshitting here a little bit before the show, and like Jack. He was kind of like a Riz King. Like, do you have these pictures, Lauren? Like show these. Like, look at this.
Oh, damn, man! Look at Troy Bolton, man.
It's the Wildcats too. It goes with the High School Musical theme.
It does.
Can you sing too, Jack?
Yeah, let us hear a little bit. He kind of does have the Zac Efron.
I have a video of him dancing. I have a video of him dancing actually. So
yeah. Oh well, there we go. We'll have to rip that one up. But no, like that's. You look older in these pictures than you look now, Jack. Like, when are these from?
Josh Richards looking.
2020, bro. That was that
Oh
was
shit.
yeah, that was like
Can we pull up
2020,
his stats? Can we
2021.
pull up his basketball stats?
Yeah. Let's grab these stats.
Oh,
We
wait, this
got
is
'em?
an interview. This is an interview.
Nah, bro, I wrote that shit. I wrote an article about myself because I was a
Oh.
journalist and a basketball player.
Okay. What do you like to do in your free time? Jack says, I love to work out, play basketball, play football, and I love to
I didn't write this shit, bro. This is not my writing, bro.
You literally
You're
just
from high
verbatim
school.
said you wrote it. You're the Shohei Ohtani of journalism. You write, you star in the content.
He also says, I love to write, journal, and scrabble inspirational quotes.
Mm.
Jack for
That's
president.
fair.
What?
This sounds like a Hinge profile.
All right. Let's click out of this and go to the next thing. Yeah.
All right.
Ross,
But
you got
honestly,
anything else on that search or what?
yeah. You find anything else? Any other stats? Anything good?
Let me look.
Keep scrolling a little bit. My name runs deep.
It doesn't sound like she's finding much, Jack. This is a problem.
Hold on. I'm getting there. I'm trying to find your basketball. Didn't you play basketball?
No, bro. Listen, my stats are out there for sure. You
All
just,
senior wins top sports journalism scholarship. Is that you?
yeah.
Let's go. That's why he wanted you to keep scrolling.
Jack Cody has been awarded a Bo Kolinsky Memorial Sports Journalism Scholarship by Connecticut.
What a king.
You won $3,000, Jack. You get the bag.
All right, bro. Stop glazing. Let's go. Let's get on to the next.
All right. We are here for net profits, not just to go through the bio, but honestly, kudos on the scholarship. That's actually pretty sick. So that's exactly why we wanted to bring it up. Not to bring up your embarrassing pictures, just to let people know that you're a journalism king, the Shohei Ohtani of journalism. Let them know. So all right. Let's get to some actual lacrosse here. Let's start by looking back at what happened. So if people didn't see last week's episode, you're missing out. Always tell people Tuesdays, Wednesdays, keep your eyes peeled for net profits, and also keep your eyes peeled afterwards when we clip the crazy shit that we say on air. But man, we talked last week with our man Brenny about an over-under win total for the Cannons. Cannons are 3.5. They used to be the Boston Cannons before, the MLL was bought out by the PLL. So that's how we got Jack to ride and die for a team that was projected to win 3.5 games. So he was feeling good when the Cannons as underdogs against the Chaos were taking them down to the wire. And I think we got video on this, don't we, Jack?
We do.
Yeah, here it is.
Here
Look
we
at
go.
this.
All right.
Insane job behind this.
Fakes the pass. Drenner down the alley. Reardon with the save. Reardon the outlet the other way. On a bounce to Smith. Here's a shot. Oh, that would have been for the win.
I feel like I'm watching a 1995 documentary that is produced by fucking my Wi-Fi in my mom's
Down to
basement.
5. Burns sneaks inside and wins it for Chaos.
What happened?
It might
already lost?
It's basically
We just started the video. Oh my god,
done.
bro.
You're done.
All right, shut it off.
You're
I have a statement. to make.
All right. Floor is yours.
I'm from Connecticut. I will be at the Fairfield event and we play the Chaos.
Ooh.
And
Hey,
there's a rematch like no other. We're taking them down.
Are you guaranteeing victory right now in Fairfield,
Yes.
Connecticut? He's guaranteeing victory. So lock it in. This is a guaranteed, can't lose, mega goat whale play. No matter what the line is, hammer Cannons in the rematch against Chaos. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and honestly, all right, how are the Chrome? Be honest with me.
I see. Here's the thing: is I was talking to you guys on the first week, like I thought that they could take that next step. They look like the same Chrome every year. Is it they're underdogs? Bet on them. If they're favorites, don't go anywhere near them. I think they're not quite there, man. I think they're slightly mid-like. If they're not mid, they're mid adjacent. At least.
All right, so the Cannons are 0-2 right now, but they're gonna win. Yeah. They're gonna beat the Chrome this coming week, and then they're gonna have what do they got the next week? Then they're gonna play the Atlas. Oh, see, this is where it gets interesting. And next week,
that's a legacy game for you.
Next week's episode with Rossi, with Brenny. I mean, it will not get more intense than next week's episode if we got Cannons versus Atlas to preview. So I'm just not even going to talk about that one. I'll just say we're going to win that game.
That's fair.
And then
That's fair.
And then I think we win in Fairfield. So we're going to win 3 in a row. We'll be 3-2 in a couple of weeks.
All right, so you got Chrome.
There's no way in hell that they're beating the Atlas. There's just
All right.
absolutely no shot. I will put money on it right
All right,
now.
how much?
Right now.
$100.
200.
Actually, hold on.
Sound like this is a fucking auction going on.
Wait,
let me see the 200. I got 200. I got 300.
About the odds. I don't even care about the odds. Atlas is probably minus 300 favorites. I'll play you straight up, bruh. 100, 100 right now. Shake on it.
You want to give me your Cash App now?
Venmo. Shake on it, bruh.
All right, I'll make sure to send the request now. So
Keep clicking that ka-ching because I'm going to be getting a whole lot of ones from you, Miss Rossi Takes.
Rossi Takes.
Oh
all ones?
God.
Oh, you got plans with the ones?
Right,
all ones?
250.
Hey, yo.
Dude, but here's the crazy thing too. So games are in Columbus this weekend, and we'll give some thoughts coming up here on the slate. Honestly, I don't love the betting slate this weekend. After going 11-0 in week 1, I took a little bit of a backseat. I didn't fire as much. I had 8 bets, ended up going 5-3, still made a profit. But I just looked like the odds makers are basically just like, fuck you guys. You got us the first week. We're just going to throw up dog shit 1.5 lines. So that has me a little bit concerned. I don't love everything this weekend, but then we have 2 weeks of lead up because this weekend's June 16th, June 17th. The Atlas and Cannons game isn't until July 8th. So we got like a little 2-week layover where we can really dive into this matchup. Because Jack, I mean, sure you got the 100 head-to-head bet with Rossi. You might be getting all ones and going to some Sapphire bullshit or I don't know where you're going with the ones, you sicko. But we have 2 weeks because this is a legacy game for you now, man. Like you threw down the gauntlet at our girl the first time she hops on here. You're throwing down the gauntlet.
No, I threw it at him.
That's
Rossi, you can say what you want. Rossi, you can say what you want.
Confident. So confident.
I love this. I can't wait to like truly, what are we? Hashtag Team Jack, hashtag Team Rossi, because this is a head-to-head heard around the world.
Listen, I said it before. I think we're gonna win 3 in a row here. But
dude, if you win 3 in a row, I'm sweating. Because then all you need is one more and you got like 7 weeks to do it.
But honestly, what I would rather more than there's nothing I would rather more in life than to beat the Atlas. I don't care if we only win 1 game this year. And I know I have this 3.5 bet. And honestly, it would be sweet if I got to 4 wins. But damn, if we just beat the Atlas, that's about that's right up there with the Boston Celtics championship.
Well, we already learned that you don't love the Boston Celtics that much since you hate green, but I guess we'll allow that. But here, let me paint a picture for you here. Cannons get their first win this weekend, and Jack's feeling good. They beat the Chrome. I think that's actually doable, to be honest with you. I think the Chrome are a little bit gettable. If you don't beat the Atlas next week, you have we got Chrome again. So you could go 2-0 against the Chrome, and then you already got 2 wins right there. So let's say you don't beat Atlas. Let's just say for argument's sake, it doesn't happen. And
fine.
She has 100 in her pocket. She's feeling good. Sure. Then you get to play. You're going to be at the game. There's no way Cannons live on ESPN 2 July 14th weekend. There's no way that they don't win for you while you're in attendance. I think that's like the lock of the century. That's the mortal lock. Yeah. Then you play Redwoods. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a letdown after a big win. Jack's on site. He's partying with the team a little bit, so they're a little hungover going to that Redwoods game. So I don't know if they get that one. But then you get to play the Water Dogs. I think they're very gettable.
Water Dogs, that's about I would never want to play for a team that's named the Water Dogs.
What if I told you that was my favorite team, Jack? What would you have done?
I would have said the same exact thing.
But the thing is, their unis might be the toughest behind Atlas. Like the purple, like I don't know if you guys saw the white uniforms. Look it up. If you just like Google, Water Dogs white, or even just go wherever. I'm sure in the PLL's TikTok they have a video of them when they were wearing the white unis. They wore them this past weekend. Dude, they are so tough. They got like this little W logo on the side with like a dog print behind it. Those are actually fire.
Yeah, these might be the most fun. Like the light purple.
Those are fire. Unreal. Flames.
Is it too late to change my favorite team?
I mean, you got $100 bet on the Atlas now. I feel like you're kind of
not
locked
loyal
in,
at all.
unless every single week you just want to have a standing $100 bet with Jack. Just every time fading the cannons, it might end up making you rich. I don't know.
Yeah, that would make Rossi so rich, and I like will wholeheartedly admit that. Like,
but so the picture I was looking to paint here for you is Seattle, Washington. Is game 2, Friday, August 18th, Atlas and Cannons. So let's say you win 3 games before that point, and then the legacy incoming, you win or lose potentially on your bet, because the week after that you got to play the Whip Snakes, and I think that's gonna be tough. Whip Snakes are gonna be in full on hustle.
What the hell is going on with the Whip Snakes?
They're whipping dicks, man. You gotta
the Whip Snakes. That is right up there with the Water Dogs. 2 of the worst names in all of sports.
Yeah, they could have marketed the name better, I think.
I'm with you. If we're like talking about the worst names in PLL, it's Whip Snakes for me, Water Dogs, and then I don't love Chaos. Like, I think that's just like, we're chaotic. You know, like, I feel like it's a little douchey.
Like, what if it was like the chaotic flying flamingos? Like, that would be electric.
That would be a little bit better. But just like Chaos, it's just like little less imagined. And then they were just like, what do we do for a logo for Chaos? And they were, fuck it, do a scorpion. I don't know. Like, what's more chaotic than a scorpion?
Yeah,
you know, it's brutal. But I'm with I'm kind of with just glow stick here in the chat. He's saying it's a roller coaster, not a team name. I mean, kind of spot on there. I don't know if that's Whip Snakes or Chaos, but both of them sound like something at Hershey Park. To be honest with you, that's some brutal branding. But dude, you could win this game and you could go over. I mean, if you went over against Rossi's Atlas, that would rival any Boston championship, right?
Yeah.
You would just dance on her grave.
Hypothetically speaking, I mean, obviously, it's like the Boston Celtics' first champion. Let me put it this way. Jason Tatum's first championship is like my mother's firstborn child, which was me. But if the Cannons win 3.5 games, aka 4 games, and beat Atlas, aka Rossi and Brenny's team, it would rival it.
Brenny
It would be like my sister.
Yeah, that's like your guys' squad. Everyone on here likes Atlas except me. And
I'm
Jack.
finishing the analogy. Hold on, I got it.
The analogy.
Jack, you're losing me here.
Rossi checked out the minute you started talking.
The minute you compare anything to Jason Tatum,
I don't get offended. I do not get offended by Rossi or anybody that checks out when I start talking. I do not care. That the Cannons are like my sister. The Cannons, if they win against the Atlas, are like my sister because my mom and dad favorite child. My mom's favorite child is me. My dad's favorite child is all right, bro.
You said that your parents hate your sister? That's all I got out of this. I don't know where else we were going with this.
Rossi, I'm gonna take all the money on this Atlas.
You got Rossi turning into evil Kermit.
All right, what's going
halfway
on?
through your story.
No, cover that green.
Oh shit. All right. So I think we buried that enough. I just got one thing I want to bitch about. Do we have the 1940s footage of the Atlas's game winner that we can pull up? Do we have that 1940 slower than a GIF footage that we can throw up?
That's really fundamentally sound.
Here we go.
Generate something. This is Chris Gray. Gray, jumper, he scores!
Everybody's going crazy, right? Everybody's hyped because the Atlas just won. They beat the Whip Snakes for the first time ever. I don't know if you guys knew that. They literally never beat the Whip Snakes ever. First time ever.
Wow. That's inspirational.
See, Jack, that is a good lacrosse team.
All right, bro. I thought the Cannons played great last weekend.
They did. For what it's worth, Cannons did play great, and you know, good teams win, great teams cover, and the Cannons covered the spread. That's all we care about.
cool.
But the reason why I wanted to play that footage that we got from the National Registry was because everyone was hype about that. Like, there were so many people who were like Atlas money line bettors. Oh my God, they beat him for the first time. I was fucking dead when that happened, because to start off that game in the first quarter, there were 12 goals scored in the first quarter. There were 2 bombs, so 4 goals right there. And I bet the over in that game. That was the bet I gave out here on Net Profits. I loved the over in that game. I thought over 23.5 was an absolute mortal lock. Even after that Chris Gray goal, dude, 23 total goals were scored in that game. So while everyone was celebrating, I was in fucking shambles. Like, I was literally already counting my money after the first quarter. I was like, 12 goals? Dude, we need 11 more goals. We need 12 more goals to cash. I got 3 quarters to do it. That is the brutal thing in betting the PLL, is when you're betting a favorite, the underdog's always going to go on a run. That's the mortal lock. The other thing is, you can never just say, you know, like when you're watching basketball and you're like, all right, I bet the over. They already scored 50 points here. So if they just stay on pace for this, this is easily going to go over it. And 9 times out of 10, at least stays at somewhat of a pace. In lacrosse, I mean, that shit just dried up like crazy. 12 goals and I still hit an under. That's a brutal beat. That's one of the worst beats I've had betting lacrosse. That's one of the worst beats I've had betting anything, honestly.
It's kind of like football, right, Rossi?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, why are you nodding your head?
She doesn't even want to talk to you.
Come on.
I'm just still thinking about that loud comparison you just said with your family and Jason Tatum and all that jazz.
I didn't understand any of it. I didn't follow it. That was like it was like a M. Night Shyamalan movie with all the twists and turns that you were talking about there. I
could try again.
Hop in the chat, folks. Let us know. Like, did anybody follow the Jack analogy there? It could have been better executed.
Jason Tatum's first championship is like me with my mother's first child. My sister is like the Cannons beating Atlas for the over 3.5 goals, because my dad loves my sister more than my dad loves me.
I got it now. Finally, I understand.
Now it makes sense. So it's so Rossi, it all just comes back to that his dad doesn't love him. Is really what he was just. He was really just trying. Like, this turned into a therapy session for Jack. like I feel like we should bill. These are billable hours for us, Rossi. Like, we just became his therapist.
True.
So I guess she's just gonna bill you by charging you $100 for the.
Rossi, enough said.
All right. Do either of you looking forward to this weekend? Because then we'll get folks out of here, because we were already almost went 30 minutes, and half of that was filled with Jack's family issues. So we got the slate right here.
No family. Love my mom, love my dad. Shout out the family. Analogies.
Now I'm glad that's cleared up. So we got the slate right to the side of me here. I also pulled up the odds that I have here for you guys, gals, folks who are tuning in here. Atlas, their favorites. Shocker, Rossi. They're 1.5-point favorites this weekend, as they're taking on the Water Dogs. And let me see. I got some trends here that I can throw in here for you. Atlas, they might be 2-0 straight up. They're 0-2 ATS. So they haven't covered a spread yet. Both of the games, they've been favorites. So I'll ask you, Rossi, against the Water Dogs this year, they're also 0-2 ATS. Who's getting the cover? The line is 1.5. Atlas 1.5-point favorites. Do the Atlas finally get a cover and a win, or is this going to be another tight 1-goal game?
It'll probably be tight, but I see the Atlas winning.
I like that.
Can I just say something? And I think all of us should predict all 4 of the games, just the outcome, who we think wins. Straight up. That. And we can honestly do this every episode and keep track of a record. So
I like that.
I'm going to go first and just rifle this off. I think the Atlas are going to beat the Water Dogs. I think the Cannons are going to beat the Chrome. I think, damn, both these teams are trash, bro. The Archers are going to beat the Chaos. And
like,
honestly, bro,
it blows.
I watched the Redwoods absolutely move the ball like pace against the Atlas in week 1. So I'm going to take the Redwoods to beat the Whip Snakes.
I like it. All right. So what? You got Atlas. You got Cannons, obviously. You got, did you pick Archers or Chaos?
Archers.
All right, Archers, good pick. And then you're taking the Woods over the Whips. Interestingly enough, what is this? Whip Snakes they won 3 straight against the Woods. This is a revenge game. They won 3 straight against the Woods. They're 3-1 straight up going back to 2021.
Makes me feel better. Makes me feel
like they're
better.
due.
Yeah.
They're due.
Yeah.
All right, pull up that schedule again, and we'll get Rossi's thoughts. So he got his 4 winners, outright winners, money line bets. What are you looking?
She's gonna go exact opposite.
You're probably right.
Okay, so I mean, I gotta take the Atlas versus Water Dogs. Chrome versus Cannons, I think could go either way, but I think that loss with Cannons last week really just got to them. So I'm gonna say the Cannons are gonna lose again. They're gonna go 0-3. Chaos is gonna take a loss to the Archers. I don't think Archers can go 3-0. And then I think all streaks must come to an end, like I just said. So I think Whip Snakes gonna win against the Redwoods.
Really,
that's brutal.
Interesting.
That's brutal. So she basically did end up just saying, "What can I do? I just want to fade Jack every way."
She just fitted me, bro. And
stepped on Atlas. All right. So my 4 money line plays. Give me the Dogs outright. Water Dogs gonna beat the Atlas this week. I just think Atlas are prime. They won that game against the Whip. They're riding a little high. It's a letdown spot. And since 2021, you say all good things must come to an end. I think all good things must continue because last 3 meetings, Atlas 0-3 straight up, 0-3 against the spread, against the Water Dogs. Those purple unis looking good. Give me Water Dogs game 1. And I'm kind of with Jack here. I think the Cannons are going to get it done. They showed me a little bit. I think Chrome is a little sus. So give me Cannons money line in that one. For what it's worth, if you're a spread better, the Chrome last 3 meetings, they're 0-3 ATS against the Cannons. So it could be worth looking at that. Archers Chaos. Their name is Chaos. It's chaotic. Give me the money line. Chaos outright. Knocking off the 2-1 Archers. They're due for a letdown. And then Whip Snakes Redwoods. I'm kind of with you. Whip Snakes are in an 0-2 hole. They kind of should be, bouncing back, whatever. But I think this is also like a prime letdown spot for Redwoods. But I don't think they get let down. Give me Redwoods heading into the break. They're atop of the standings. They're 3-0. I'm feeling good about my over 4.5 wins. So I got Water Dogs, Cannons, Chaos, Redwoods. Love me some underdogs. I think I took every underdog on the board, actually. Yeah, I did. I took every underdog outright. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's the way to bet lacrosse, though. Rossi will learn. She'll learn
fair.
By next episode. She'll understand to, come on over, Rossi. Come over to the underdog side.
Last week, too, underdogs went 3-1 against the spread. So, I mean, I went all money line right there, but underdogs were 3-1 last week. On the season, they're 6-2, 75% against the spread, taking the goal and a half, taking the 2.5 goals. Since 2021, since we had lines, underdogs 64-32. That's 67% against the spread, taking underdogs. So I'm taking all of them on the money line. I could look like a dickhead come next week's episode. Probably do.
Well, I feel good.
Time will tell. All right, I think we did all we can do here for net profits. But Rossi, you were a welcomed addition here. I'll tell you what. Like I hope that we can get you back here when we have Brenny on, because Jack, we still have to define what our bet is going to be. And I was texting with Brenny yesterday. I don't know. He's doing some debaucherous shit this week. So I don't know if he was. I don't know what he's doing.
What's going on in the Brenny Locks corner? Nobody ever knows.
That's what it seems like. You just kind of like leave him to his own devices, let him figure it out himself. But next time we have Brenny on, we will define the bet. And honestly, you probably be feeling pretty good if the Cannons do win. You already have a win in your pocket coming into next weekend. But I think that just about shuts it down. Thank you guys. This was fun as always.
Thank you. Had a great time.
Hell yeah.
Peace.